Hi everybody, today we are going to test out the new recording feature on the Skip 1S. This feature is pretty cool. It lets you record any remote. For example, this is a handy little Vizio remote on your 1S just by pointing them at each other. So to do this, we first open our Skip app. As you can see right now, the Skip 1S is not connected, so we need to connect it. Here's my USB-C cable. Connected, and it shows up connected in the Skip app. Next, you may need to make sure your Skip app is up to date. To do that, just check and see if the system is up to date. If it is, you're good. If the system is up to date, you may also need to update your Skip firmware, the Skip 1S firmware. And there should be a button here saying to do that. You can double check just in case by visiting the remote manager page with the Skip connected, and under the firmware version it should say 4.13.7 at a minimum. If it's higher than that, that's great, but it needs to be that as the minimum. Okay, so let's start recording. To do that, we hit the gear symbol here, then we click wizard, then we add a device. And this is a Vizio TV remote, so we'll click TV projector and continue. On this page, this section with branding and model is for searching the existing library. We don't want to do that since we're recording a new one, so we just click record. Then Vizio. And ideally, you will put the actual model of whatever device you're recording. I don't have that written down, so I'll just say TV remote. And then select a random color and design. Now, this Vizio remote has quite a few buttons, some of them pretty cool. I'm going to record just a few of them for demonstration purposes. So first we're going to add our direction pad. We'll add our power button. Then we'll add, we need to add a back button and an info button, a menu button, and let's see, that's exit. We'll hit this X here. And as you can see there, I've added all these: info, back, menu, and exit. And then just for fun, let's also add this Netflix button. So custom, and we'll type in Netflix. Okay, now you should add basically all the buttons if you possibly can, but for demo purposes, we'll skip all that and just record these. So once we've built our remote, we click record and we start recording. So let's go back to our two remotes here. And it's asking for me to hit the power button, so I'll hold down the power button, and great job. A few tips and tricks about recording. Each time you record a button, you need to hold it down while the remote is facing the skip, just like this. Once the green bar is all the way filled up, you can probably release before it says let go, but it's a good idea to just hold it until it says let go. All right, once you've recorded all your buttons, hit save. There we go. Now we have our brand, our model, and then we can test this device. If you take your Skip 1S and point it at whatever device it's supposed to be recording from, so for example, if I were to point this at my Skip 1S, at my Vizio TV, I would hit the test device button here, and that would send the power, which I recorded, to my TV. And if it turns your TV on, great. If it doesn't, you might want to go back and re-record. Anyway, now that we've done that, we hit continue. These devices will be used. Excellent. If you have recorded something that can either be used to navigate or control your media or your audio, you want to set that here. So for example, let's say Visio is actually used to control the media. Click continue and continue one last time. And now we can go to that activity, which is right here. And click that Visio, and here are all those buttons that I recorded. And now let's say I desperately want to be able to add my Netflix button. I don't really have a Netflix button here, but I do have my 4 alternate colors. So I click the alternate color button, and I just toss Netflix in here. And since Netflix is red, that actually works really well. I click that, and I can click sync, and your Skip 1S remote will be all done.